So we all have those moments where we feel a bit shit about ourselves, where we feel a bit like, ugh, what am I doing? I don't know where to start, maybe a bit overwhelmed. Trust me, we all have those moments. At the beginning of the year, when I asked you guys what you would like me to talk about and write about, unsurprisingly, one of the most common things you said was how to feel like yourself again, how to stop feeling so shit now that you're a mum, how to feel better about yourself, how to stop feeling so lost. So in today's video, I want to talk about 4 changes that you can make to feel better about yourself and the changes that I'm making as well. So the place that I want to recommend that you start is quite unusual for me. I usually focus on the internal stuff. I'm less focused on the external. And of course, we're doing some external changes with a big load of compassion and love rolled in there as well. This is not me saying that you need to go on a crusade to lose weight or that you need to go and change your appearance entirely. One of the quickest ways we can start feeling about ourselves is just to put a little bit of intention and time into the way that we present ourselves to the world. So the way that you approach this is going to depend on what stage of motherhood you're at. So if you are home with a brand new baby, maybe the only change that you make is getting out of your pajamas every day or buying some clothes that you can wear around the house that feel like pajamas, but maybe make you feel a little bit more put together, a little bit more like you achieved something today. You got yourself dressed and ready for the day. Or maybe like me, you're in the messy middle of motherhood. So all my babies have started school now. No, I don't want to talk about it. I'm really trying to embrace this new change, this new season of motherhood. So the first one is trying not to live in activewear all day. I'm no longer spending all my day at the park. I don't need to be in activewear. I'm not chasing after kids. So actually putting on real clothes, making me feel like a real adult again, is helping me to feel better and to really embrace this stage. Another thing is that I've been loving the stacking earring look lately. And when I had little babies, I couldn't do that because we all know they pull them out and I was always afraid they were gonna rip my ears off. And so while this video isn't sponsored, I do wanna thank Anna Louisa who sent me these beautiful earrings. And so they let me pick a couple of pieces off their website because I told them how I wanted to upgrade and I really want to get my thirds pierced and maybe we'll go for one up here too, now that I don't have to worry about little babies pulling them out. So I really like this brand because they have quality pieces at really amazing prices. So while I want to play with mixed metals, I don't really have the budget to go for the full gold. So these are gold plated on sterling silver, some of them are gold plated on brass. And I also love that all their products and their packaging is carbon neutral. So I picked 3 different types of earrings. I got the Frida, which is just a little huggy with these little pearls in it. I also got the Beauty Within, which are just these little flower drops. And then I also got the Suzanne Huggies, which are gonna be perfect for when I get those thirds pierced. Anna Louisa have also generously given me a discount code which will get you 20% off, so maybe you want to upgrade earrings as well, or maybe your little ones are still tiny, in which case I recommend going for rings. I love my jewelry, so when I've had little kids, rings have been it because really they can't yank on them, they can't break them. You can't really go wrong with rings. And Anna Louisa have a great range of those as well. I also have to say, I really love how they present their product. They came in these little pouches. They're so cute. I love the color. I love the little clips on them, and they would make such a beautiful gift. So Mother's Day is coming up. Family, take note. Happy to receive more of these. So the second thing I think you should focus on is your self-talk. You need to notice what you're saying to yourself all day long. And I think this is why I love yoga so much, is because it tunes me into what is that internal dialogue saying. Because if you're not aware of it, perhaps you're listening to a soundtrack of, I'm not achieving anything, I'm not doing anything all day, I never get anything done, I never have enough time, I'm so useless, I keep forgetting, blah, blah, blah. And this negative self-talk that you listen to day in, day out is affecting how you feel. And so if you can take a moment to step back from it and hear that voice in your head as something that's external to who you actually are, you can start changing that self-talk. So if you have a young baby and you're constantly thinking, I have no time, I have no help, there's no one I can ask, maybe you can take a step back and just take a breath and be like, this time right now is so precious and I choose to spend my time with my baby. And while the reality stays the same, you're still probably going to be exhausted, you're still looking after your baby 24/7, doing all the things, the feeling that it creates in the body can be very different. And from that less heightened, on alert, stressed out state, maybe you can then make some better choices around asking for help and bringing in help, whatever you need to do to get a little bit of time. So if you are feeling a bit shit as a mum at the moment, I want you to check that self-talk. A way that you can check is by every morning just journaling down the thoughts that are in your head and starting to notice the patterns that come up. So it's just a stream of conscious journaling. There's really no rules other than start writing and try not to stop. And then of course, another way that you can notice self-talk is simply through sitting in silence, practicing mindfulness or meditation. Meditation literally is just sitting and noticing your thoughts, noticing that self-talk. So if you have been feeling a bit rubbish lately, maybe you need to start making some space and time in your day for meditation. I've got lots here on my channel. I'll leave them linked below. And you can even do them while you're feeding a baby, while you're rocking a baby to sleep. Meditation doesn't have to be in a silent room without any other people. A lot of my meditation happens amongst the chaos of my kids. And it's just simply that turning off the external and taking our awareness inside and listening to what's going on in our own body and our own mind. All right, number 3, I want you to get back in your body. Pregnancy, birth, breastfeeding, spending every minute of your day with a little one really takes us away from being conscious and present of our own body. We're giving so much to someone else that we're not connected to what our body feels like. And often when our body feels different, maybe you've had some birth injuries, maybe you just feel like your body's not the same anymore, maybe you're feeling touched out, we do disassociate because it's like a survival mechanism. We don't want to think about our body. We probably haven't put a lot of intention and care into how we're feeding our body, how we're moving our body. So we kind of just like shut it off. We're also incredibly tired. So we just live in our heads instead of in our bodies. So if you're feeling a bit shit about yourself, a quick way to improve how you're feeling is to get in your body. And when I say get back in your body, it's about getting back in touch with your body. So there are a number of ways to do this. Maybe for you right now, you need to take a nap. Maybe you need to take a warm bath without any other distractions and just be present and aware of your body. Maybe you need to do some self-massage. Massage into your head, massage into your body. Maybe you can go and book a massage with someone else. Breath work and breathing can also help. So can exercise. Exercise is obviously going to give you that endorphin boost that's going to make you feel good, but it's also going to make you focus on what your body feels like, which gives you that connection piece and will help you to feel better about yourself. Obviously for me, yoga is my go-to choice, and I'll leave a couple of links down below for you, but it doesn't matter what sort of movement you do. It could just be a few simple stretches before you get up for the morning or before you go to sleep at night. It could be dancing around your living room. It could be going for a quick walk around the block with your dog. The important thing to remember is this movement is not about changing the external appearance in any way. It's about changing how you feel about yourself. So we're not using movement or any of these things to get in touch with the body as punishment. We're using them as a way to feel good about ourselves, which is why you need to pick an exercise, if that's what you're choosing, that makes you feel good, not that feels like it's hard enough. I used to notice that I would only do things if I had an hour to do them, or if I could put in a decent effort and actually get a sweat up. But I realized that that's actually not the point. If I can just get 10 minutes and move and kind of like build a little bit of circulation in my body, then that's enough. It doesn't have to be a full session to be worthwhile. Those short little bursts of movement and connecting back in with my body are enough to make me feel better. And then the final thing I want to recommend that you do is reach out to someone who understands. There's nothing worse than being surrounded by people who are in a different experience than you. So if you don't have mums at the same stage that you're at, you really need to find yourself some mum friends who understand what it's like. So if you have a newborn, can you contact the hospital and see if there are some hospital organized mum groups in your area? Can you look in local Facebook groups? If you're a school mum like me, can you make friends outside the classroom? If you've got toddlers, can you go to a play group? You need to be able to have people in your life who you can talk to who understand what you're going through. If you can't find them in real life, the second best thing is online. You can join my online yoga circle. We are all mums at varying stages of motherhood, so there's bound to be someone in there who you can connect with. Or you can always join Facebook groups. There are a lot of mum groups out there where you can find people who are like-minded. Most importantly though, I really want you to know that you're not alone. I have gone up and down on my motherhood journey. I remember that first year with my first baby. I didn't know who I was anymore. I felt rubbish about myself. I felt disconnected from my husband, a whole range of things. feelings. And then I sort of settled into motherhood. And then a few years later, when I had trouble conceiving, I went through another bit of a struggle where I felt really down on myself. And then again, I sort of found my way out of that hole and started feeling better about myself again. And then with my kids starting school, I've had all the new emotions and new feelings, and it's about settling into this new stage of motherhood. So I really just want to tell you that if you're feeling like you're in a bit of a slump, if you're feeling a bit shit about yourself, there are things you can do to start moving yourself forwards and feeling a little bit better. It doesn't mean it's going to solve things overnight. Maybe you are going to have to sit in the discomfort of feeling a bit lost and a bit shitty for a little while longer. And you know what? That's okay, because you are strong enough to get through this. Just before I go, I want to thank Anna Louisa for sending me these beautiful earrings. The link will be in the description box if you want to grab some for yourself. And I hope that you start feeling better soon. Namaste.